When I woke up today, I went on YouTube and I saw this poll posted by this other football account. And it read, who's going to win the big game today? Liverpool? And that had an option for a draw. And then it said, bus. Just some bus emojis. And I thought, you don't know what I know, you little punk. Last night, as I do before most big games, I watched back the most previous times, or I guess every game that Spurs and Liverpool have matched up together in the past few years. And what I noticed was, a common theme. And to be quite frank, that common theme was Spurs not winning the game. More specifically, losing the game. And I dove a little deeper into it, and I saw that every game was close. Every time we had chances to win the game, every time they lost, and every time they deserved to lose, it felt. But I thought, no, today's going to be different, because I looked at all those lineups in those past games, and I'm thinking, oh, here we got a 5 in the back because someone was injured. Here, no Harry Kane. Here, no Son. Here, look, our players have just gotten so much better since. Our lineup's so much better now. They don't know what's coming. They've been healthy every time, and now they're not healthy, and we are. It's going to be a completely different story. No way we lose today. I know that Liverpool are undefeated at Anfield for 2+ years, but we're about to come in today and make history. We had a chance. We had a chance, for sure. But that common theme does continue. Obviously, Spurs did their bus thing that I don't love, but it almost worked. And when it works, it's hard to hate it. Liverpool had a bunch of shots. One that did go in was a deflection that I thought originally Hugo Lloris should have done better with, but then looking back and seeing the trajectory the ball traveled on, I don't think he could have saved it, or anyone could have saved it for that matter, unless they're psychic or something. But then Son got the equalizer in the first half, which was great. Great counter, just how we want to play. Let them come to us, and we'll work on the counterattack, because we've got guys as dynamic as Kane, Son, Bergwijn, all those. And then we get a chance in the second half. Steven Bergwijn on a breakaway hits the post. Then on the following corner, Harry Kane free header inside the 6 or at the 6-yard box. I'm sorry, I don't know if you know what I just did, but that's basically what it looked like. Didn't go on target. You expect better than him, but to be fair, he has 9 goals and 10 assists in 13 games, so we're not going to give him any type of shit for that. But we had chances, man. And then towards the end of the game, we just tried to see it out, and look what happened. Bobby Firmino unmarked in the box. No excuses. You're the scrawniest guy in the box besides Reguilón. Scores the game-winning header, and it's just sad, man. Sad to see a game where you've got so much fight, so much leadership displayed on the pitch, and then at the end, you're just lacking it. Whoever was close to the ball didn't want anything to do with it. They didn't want smoke. They didn't want to win the game bad enough to put their body on the line. And yeah, you see it a lot, unfortunately, at every level of the sport being played. It's sad to see at the professional level, but sadly it does exist. This was the biggest game of the season for many reasons. Liverpool should be, as I've said a million times, the clear-cut odds-on favorite to win the Premier League. Again, because they are the best team in the league by far, even when they have a depleted roster. For some reason, at the beginning of the season, before anyone was injured, they weren't the favorite. And they're still not the favorite. Somehow Man City is. Maybe that's changed after this weekend. Maybe people have finally learned. But if I wasn't a Spurs fan, I would have probably $1,000 on Liverpool winning the Premier League. But that just goes to show why this was such a big game, because Spurs in first, Liverpool in second, waking up today. And Liverpool are doing that well. T first, technically. Not technically, but on points. Having started this season as bad as they have to their standards, and having all of these guys out injured, they've still been able to run over teams like Leicester, Wolves, and now Spurs. They beat Chelsea as well, and they tied City. So how bad are they really doing? First place now by 3 points. How down bad are they really with both their center backs out? If they could still come in and win games like this. This was a huge game. Liverpool are clearly the favorites. And now we've just allowed them a 3-point gap at the top, and we are chasing them yet again. You don't win the league by chasing. You don't do that. That doesn't happen often. You usually grab a lead of it and hold it, as Jose, my bad, likes to do. But now the chase is on. I said this to some of my friends. I'm not sure if I mentioned it on this channel, but when looking through every team, every roster, right, every starting 11, who has the most pieces? It's Liverpool. And then it's sort of City, but City is just the way they play, their tactics are all sorts of fucked up. So then you look at other teams. Chelsea is up there in terms of having the right players in the right position. And then Spurs are like right there too, but they're just missing a little bit of the firepower, and I'm going to explain that in talking about the Steven Bergwijn chance. Bergwijn's one of those guys that, you just feel for, because he's a good young player, but they're asking him to be a starter on a team that's going to go and win the league. I mean, if you look at it, let's just compare. The right wing on Spurs is Steven Bergwijn, and the right wing on Liverpool is Mohamed Salah. Like, it's levels, man. That was a position we had to strengthen, and the reason I thought, and I guess still think, that Spurs can win the league is because we went and bought Gareth Bale. And all Spurs players know the player he used to be and the player he was at Real Madrid. So you're just thinking, if we just get an ounce of that man back, we will be set. We will have our three-headed monster up top. Now, that's not the case. He's out of shape. I don't even know what else to say. He's not fit. He's not the same player. I don't know if it's just because of fitness or because he hasn't played in 2 years or both. But I pray that man is running hills right now. I pray you are doing extra work than the physio and your physical therapists or whatever are giving you. I pray you are doing jumping rope or something crazy right now. I pray that you see the opportunity that is in front of you. You become Gareth Bale, half of your former self, and Spurs win this. They win the league. We have two people on the counterattack right now. Harry Kane and Heung-min Son. And Kane gets so much attention, so does Son. But Kane has to drop into the midfield, where oftentimes the only player we can have running in behind is Son. That is not enough. That is not going to be enough to win the Premier League in this day and age. I know Leicester City did it with Mahrez. Mahrez and Vardy being the one running it up behind. But that was a season where every other good team underperformed who were not there anymore. Liverpool are so deep. They are so deep as a team. Unless people keep getting injured for them, we're going to need another attacking threat. I know we've scored a lot of goals, and the defenses look really good, but this is just the difference between winning games and not. Bergwijn's in on a breakaway and he misses. And then Liverpool go and win the game. But if he scores, then maybe we park the bus and come out with a victory. Bergwijn is not title-winning caliber. Ben Davies is not title-winning caliber. Giovanni Lo Celso is not title-winning caliber. Start Ndombele. He's our best midfielder. He hadn't played a minute in the game. Dele Alli, man. The club just threw him away and it pisses me off. Starting Los... I'm not even going to get into that. We need to continue to improve. What the team sheet that is going out now is not good enough. We can still win the league, but not like this. I knew this was the biggest game of the season, and this is exactly what I feared. I try to be without bias. And without bias, I say that Liverpool is the best team in the league. And now that we've given them a 3-point cushion, it's making me doubt more and more whether we can pull off this feat or not. We are not supposed to win the league. This is not supposed to happen. If we get a fourth of the injuries that Liverpool have, we will have no shot. But I just want us to pull off the miracle. And we can't keep dropping points if we're going to do it. The next game's at Leicester, must win. Must win. We just got to win and wait. Time will heal. Liverpool will lose at some point or draw. We just need to make sure that we are consistently picking up 3 points from this point on. No more dropping points. We had our window to do that. We drop points when Liverpool drop points. And when City and Chelsea and all these teams drop points. But if we start doing it now, and if we slip even more, it's going to be over. Liverpool are in separation mode. They play Crystal Palace next. They're going to send the dogs. They're going to go for it. We drop points at Palace, which I forgot to mention. Another game where we drop points. 4 times now. We just have to change something, man. The way things are going right now, I guarantee you it's over for us. But I'm still a believer.